Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to play some more Your Boyfriend. This time it's actually the Steam demo version, which still, it's only day 1 and 2 compared to days 1 to 4, which is actually still Patreon. So let's begin. I'll probably do the romantic route right now, and later on go back to do stranger, in the abusive routes. YN, of course, because of course it's YN. Welcome, YN. You two have fun. My life has been chaotic. My family broke into another fit of drama, so I left the nest and ran straight to college. Got an apartment and a job, but even that became unbearable. Working at a local greasy spoon diner doesn't pay the best, obviously, so finding a roommate was my only recourse to being able to afford an apartment. Now, my roommates always bring some dropout into our apartment for late night steady sessions. My sleep schedule is wrecked, and top it off, the rent is late. Friend, you won't stay friends for long. In my case, my friendship is staying with my friend, making excuses for why they need me to cover their half of the rent. Thanks to that deadbeat, I'm working harder just to scrape by every month. Picking up a second job will drive me to the early grave at this point. The park gives me a chance to have some much-needed alone time. I could probably do it faster and faster because I've played this game so many times already. This part of the park in particular is my favorite because it's untouched by obnoxious family members and college jerks. The only people who come here are the groundskeepers. Even then, they only come by in the morning. And us, of course. Close my eyes and rub my face and breathe out the tension from my body so that I can enjoy the peace and quiet. Just then I feel someone sit down beside me. Startled, I turned to face the interloper.
Whoa, hey, take it easy. It's just me.
Hey there, Peter. The stranger. You're a jumpy one, aren't ya? Scooting awkwardly towards me. A shy smile creeps over his face. I kept my eyes on him like a hawk, unsure what his intentions are. Not once do his unblinking eyes stray from mine. So, are you waiting for a family member or a friend? It just seems kind of odd for you to be sitting here, all alone like this, and so far away from the jogging track. You gonna kidnap me now, Peter? A chill runs down my spine, across my arms, over my chest, and slide myself away from him, perching closer to the edge of the bench. Why don't we just try to run? Then again, he would catch us. Does the same person walk up to you out of the blue and start asking such questions? No, but I've had weird questions. Retail. The stranger picks up on my knees, refraining from moving any closer towards me. Crossing his fingers in between his legs, he smiles warmly. I mean, you don't look like a groundskeeper or one of the old people feeding pigeons after doing Tai Chi. I am the old person doing Tai Chi. I'm just getting some alone time to myself. Things have been pretty tense lately. It's like he wants to wrap his arms around me in comfort, fingers twitching.
Look, I know this is sudden, very sudden, but may I have the pleasure in taking you out to dinner?
It is very sudden, but yes. Can I have the pleasure? Never mind, he's weird. I can't tell if it's just him being socially awkward or eccentric. What? Why? Why is he interested in me of all people? Well, because we're special to him.
Well, I'm your boyfriend. Isn't that why you're here?
My boyfriend? Why would he be assuming we're in a relationship? Because he's breaking the fourth wall. The stranger asked patiently, waiting for my answer. Dinner does sound nice. I guess. It's not like I'm doing anything anyways, and it would be a nice break from the monotony. God knows I could stand to forget my problems for a few hours. This guy seems interesting enough to keep my mind off things. Really? That's great. He beams, holding my hand in his own. I'll see you tonight at 7. Standing up from the bench, she pauses, realizing something. Oh, I almost forgot. We need a place to meet up. Sorry. I know that I sound absent-minded, but I'm just so excited. Oh, you're definitely excited. I think his heart is like pounding on pounding. How about the old diner downtown? It's nice and quiet, so no one will disturb us. The diner downtown? Which one? You know, the one you work at. Oh, okay. Great, see you tonight. Just like that, here he's off with a skip in his step, as though he had just won the lottery. Oh, he definitely won the lottery this time, because we are going to be nice to him. I watch as he disappears down the path that bends around the shallow hill. The park is quiet again, the ceremonious sitting in once more, songbirds singing in a nearby tree. I sit there for a while, replaying the stranger's encounter in my head. I suppose I could be flattered that he took such a liking to me, however unusual it seemed. It's not like I sing in movies or television. But then again, if I weren't Hollywood attractive, maybe it would be so normal that it would almost be annoying. I feel my cheeks flush as I reflect on him, saying, "Can I have the pleasure?" A shy smile curves from the corner of my mouth. He must be as new as this as I am. What a shy, awkward guy. If only we knew him truly. The birds stopped singing as I felt a knot grow in my stomach. How did he know where I work? "7 p.m. I show up at the diner, feeling rather unusual about meeting someone at the place I work at. For a completely spontaneous dinner date with a complete stranger who somehow knew that I worked here. Weird. The diner isn't very busy tonight, which is unsurprising, even though I work here. The diner isn't my first choice for dinner. Maybe he was another customer that I had never paid attention to. While I work, I set my mind adrift, and after a while, I go on autopilot. We're not on autopilot the entire time. I don't really pay that much attention to names and faces, even if they were regulars. I do. Maybe he was one of those regulars, building up his courage to ask me out every day, but eventually losing his nerve. It's kind of cute thought, though I consider if it's wise to encourage him. I'll just encourage him. Take my seat. I wait, checking the old-fashioned neon light clock that hangs over the jukebox. I know he's 5 minutes late. I might as well buy myself a milkshake in the meantime. The waitress on tonight's shift is surprised to see me here on my day off. I imagine that she'll tell me, job loyalty is one thing, but the food here isn't worth riding home about. After serving the stuff for a few months now, I agree with her. At least the milkshakes are good. They're the really old-fashioned kind, made with real ice cream and ingredients, unlike the powdered mix and flavored syrups at the fast food places. Or the broken down one, McDonald's. The waitress must have the broken down machine. The waitress must have been less busy than I assumed, because she brought my shake to me only a few minutes later. I pull the spoon from the vintage glass and lick it clean. So good. I stir the shake a bit before I take a sip. A man rushes through the diner front doors, like he ran the whole way here, with something tucked carefully under his arm. Immediately recognize his sleeveless hoodie and blue shirt. He quickly scans the diner in panic. Probably thought that I already left. I gave him wave him over, and a leaf spreads across his face. Winded, he hurried down the rows of booths and sits across from me. I pull out my inhaler. You're late. I know. I'm so sorry. I had to make a quick stop. As he speaks to me between breaths, I try to place where he might have been before coming here. The stranger pulls out the long white box that he was carrying, placing it on the table and sliding it over to me. Here, I brought this for you. Thinking about earlier today in the park, it might have been a little creepy to ask you for a date on the spot. Peter, you know it's creepy. You know your intentions. I thought I might get you a little something as a way for apologizing. If it was awkward for you, of course. You got something for me? Really? It had better not be a severed ear or fingers or something. Well, he would do it, but maybe on day 3. Opening the box, I see 2 long stem roses with deep red petals. The thorns were removed and they bound by a shivering black silk ribbon. After every day from day 3 to day 5, he would do the savored airs. Oh, they're lovely, thank you. I take a rose in my hand gingerly, as if they were still. I draw the worm on deep. They are so wonderfully fresh and fragrant. It's no bouquet or anything, but I thought they looked nice. He smiled as he watched me admire his gift. They're very nice, thank you. I place the flowers back in the box, and their stranger averts his eyes for a bit as to not stare at me, nagging questions I have hang over my head like a storm cloud. And while he was in a good mood, I figured that I should inquire a little bit about this cute but bizarre stranger. Dinner at Greasy Spoon Diner with a stranger carrying a box of roses didn't seem ordinary, and I have to make sure that he wasn't going to propose at the cash register. Okay, if he did, I accept Peter. Just no more killing. I stare at the milkshake with the straw for a second or two. Actually, that'd probably be impossible for him. So how did you know that I work here? Oh, well, I walk by the place rather often on my walks, and I catch glimpses of you through the window from time to time when you're working. I try coming in, but I get cold feet and just keep walking. Like a loser. He stares down at the table in shame, cueing me to reach over and give him a hand. His hand a reassuring pat. No, you're not a loser. Do you know what? I don't even know your name. My name? The smile on his face fades into a slight glimpse before his gaze drifts off to the side. I really don't like my name. Honestly, I'd rather be called anything else. Like a nickname or something. He must have a really horrible name, or really horrible parents that he wants to dissociate with. Okay, how about... We're gonna do Peter. You know, it's gonna be BYB. Peter. Wait, what was that? How did you know my real name? Well... I played the game so many times. An abusive route tells you your name. I hate my name. Were you talking to girlfriend? Did she tell you my real name? No, seriously, pick another name. Okay. YB. How about YB? He seems pleased with what I came up with, despite how silly or tacky it might have been. Yeah, that's better, honestly. Thank you. I assure him with another gentle squeeze. The expression of disgust instantly evaporates into delight over his new name. Wow, I didn't realize until now, but has some really beautiful blue eyes. The vivid color left me taking in their deep blue hue, not noticing that I was staring until he cleared his throat. Are you having a moment, or... Oh, we're definitely having a moment. I could stare into your eyes, too. A blush spreads across his cheeks as he squeezed my hand back. Sorry. I pull my hands from his, causing myself to stare like that. Great, now I'm the awkward weirdo. Heat radiates from my cheeks, and I imagine them glowing bright red like a Christmas light. The thought makes my cheeks warmer, and the blush deepening. He chuckles and shakes his head. Hey, there's nothing to be sorry for. Reassuring me with a soft smile, he looks around for something to break this tension, eyes failing upon my milkshake. Hey, I was supposed to buy you something. Well, you kind of already did. I point to the box of roses. Besides, we could share this just as long as I get the cherry, deal? I scoot the milkshake towards him. He looks out to the side, reaching over to take it. Man, our first date and you're the one buying. I'm very terrible at this. Well, how about you buy next time? His eyes go wide in surprise. Next time? You really want to meet up again? Well, I have no choice, Peter. I have no choice. No matter what, I have no choice. Well, this isn't a total disaster, right? So yeah. I mean, guess it wasn't. I don't think so, but I don't want to argue with you. It's cute seeing him struggle with a coherent thought, while also trying to restrain his happy energy, all just from being around me. And here I am, the stutter. Still, as much as I am enjoying his company, I can't stay long. I look out the window in a bit of an exaggerated way in order to get his attention. It's getting dark, and I don't like walking home late at night. How about we continue this on our next date? Rising up from my seat, I pull out one of the napkins from the dispenser. Do you have a pen? Oh, I think so. I think I do. He pulls one from his pocket and hands it to me. I write down my name and number. Here, call me, and we can hang out again soon, okay? Taking the pen and napkin from my hand, he gazes down at the number in complete awe before looking back up at me. Oh, of course, I would love to see you again. Wait, there's Peter right here. I love it. He's just looking right at us. I walk to the register and pay for the shake. With a quick look back at him, I wave and leave the diner. This is so cute. With a brisk pace, I make my way to the apartment before nightfall. The evening air cools my skin, but for some reason I feel warm in the whole way back. I'm finally back in my apartment, quietly walking to my room so that I don't disturb my roommate. Judging by the thumping and moaning sounds coming from the other side of the wall, they seem to be having their study session. And it's very intense. Crap, I wish that they would be more quiet. I have to live here too. I don't bother to turn on the lights in my room and flop my face first into the mattress, limbs spread wide. Letting out a long groan that made the couple next door pause for a brief moment. I roll onto my back and stare up at the ceiling. Despite having so many other things in my mind, my thoughts never stray far from YB. Looking over the box that was still in my hand, I open it up one more time. I pull out the bundle of roses, smiling a little, draw in their sweet fragrance again. I hope he calls soon. Oh, he's going to do any more than calling. Because he's right here. Okay, day 2. So, Ryan, did you have a nice time with YB? Don't answer that. It's time to get up and face another day. Oh, I roll over in my bed for a moment. Every inch of my body is begging me to wake up, but I don't wanna. Oh, I get the feeling every winter. I feel so sleep deprived, like someone was sleeping in their bed with us. I fight the will to wake up for a moment, rubbing my eyes before sitting up in my bed. I'm a mess. Okay, we are gonna actually click around this time. Dirty clothes have yet to wash. I've been too busy or exhausted to get these done. I won this slushie at a carnival. Still smells like cherries. I've seen this slushie before. It blew up at one point, and people swore up and down that it somehow excluded this overwhelming feeling of dispain, despite its smile. It is cute. Now that I see it up close, I get what they mean. It had a matching, I'm gonna say mudkip, because that's what mudkip is. Mudkip flush that they released after it. But it sold out in hours because it was mudkip. I don't even wear most of my clothes anymore. At this point, it's just piling up and making it difficult to see inside. Perfect for someone that wants to stalk us. Then again, mine it'll be a death sentence for him. Most of my clothes are just hand-me-downs. That's a nice way to say things no one wants to wear. I was only a child, so... hand-me-downs were my mom's. Or the one time my grandma gave me my cousin's hand-me-downs, and then we had to literally toss them all because it gave both me and my mom an asthma attack. Because grandma used something called odor ban. Or old lady perfume, what we thought it was. A person could probably fit comfortably inside of it. Preferably a 6'4", 6'5", tall, skinny, being golf ball head. That's weird. That's weird. Like, I didn't realize I had left the window open. I love collecting books, but I never have time to read them. Not recently. I swear I'll go broke buying hardbacks. But it's amazing. Plus, my trusty old game daddy. I want to play some Grave Harvest. I'm trying to try and unwind. Okay, I'm done. That was actually funny. I never thought you could get stuck with that guy. 9:12 a.m. Oh god, I'm late for work. Fully dressed, I rush out of my bedroom, making my way into the kitchen section, where I normally put my work keys.
Hey, looks like someone's in a hurry.
Lucy! There you are. Holy cow, Lucy! Jeez! Stirred from the sudden voice, I turn around and look over towards my roommate, who looks just as surprised as I am. Whoa, chill, my dude. Why are you all jumpy this early in the morning? Well, because we have a stalker, but we're going for the romantic route, so... For a moment, I'm surprised she not even irritated that I called her by name. She would only allow it with people she trusts. I then shake my head, focusing back on my predicament. I'm late for work, and I gotta bolt out before I lose my job. I frantically try to explain as I grab my keys from the kitchen counter and start to hurry into my way towards the front door. So, no coffee then? Not this time. She makes her way to the coffee machine to turn it off. As much as I have many issues with my roommate's lifestyle, lack of job, and always leaving me with the rent, at least she keeps the place clean and makes coffee for me every morning. I guess these little gestures had hold me back from looking for another place with a new roommate. No, not today. Thanks, though. I answer for making my leave, not entirely closing the door behind me, as I bolt my way down the stairs and out of the apartment building. Great way to start a new day. At least I'll be seeing who I be today. So that's something up on the upside. I do love the new diner design. It's Sunday. There's usually hardly any customers on Sunday mornings, but even then, it doesn't excuse me being late. Rushing for the front doors of the diner, I dash into the kitchen and grab my apron off the coat hanger along the far end of the wall. The apron seems to be the only place where grease stains don't get all over me. Fumbling to tie the apron on, I rushed over towards the time clock and snatched my time card to punch in. Wait! According to this, I already clocked in. Thank you, TK. Who could have? Well, my attention snaps towards the sound of approaching footsteps. Whoever it is, they're not trying to be discreet as they carry a clanking stack of dirty dishes back from the table.
There you are. Where have you been?
TK, I love I love their new design.
I've been covering your shift for the past 45 minutes without the boss even knowing you're not here.
TK rushes right by me as they gently place the dishes into the sink of sloppy hot water. Wiping their hands, TK sighs loud enough to make sure that I hear it. They're like this all the time, though, always acting like they're the big sibling to everyone and keeping things in one piece. I have as I try to think of an excuse that doesn't sound as pathetic as my alarm clock didn't go off, but the truth is all I have, so I try to downplay the issue. I don't get why you're making such a fuss. We're pretty much dead on Sunday morning. Well, not today. You clearly weren't paying attention when you came barging in. TK wipes her hands on their apron before gesturing for me to look out through the service window. What the? Are you kidding me? Why are there so many old farts here? I'm pretty sure that's Greta, his, Peter's therapist. I try not to raise my voice to the point that the fiber chopping boners outside did not hear me. That could... Oh, they definitely wouldn't hear me. One would. One would, even if you're doing the softest voice. A tour bus came along, that's what happened. Now stop asking questions and start weighing tables. TK hands me a spare notepad and pencil and nudges me out of the kitchen. Great, here I am hoping to have an easygoing day. So much for that. Yeah, so much for that. But at least we have TK. The breakfast crowd is rough, to say the least. The less I talk about the customers, the better. But today really pushed my patience. A couple of customers, even friends, refused to pay for their breakfast because it was slow, and that they didn't get their coffee cups filled 5 or 6 times. Okay, I will be stopping you because too much caffeine can give you a heart attack. I had to smooth things in the cavity. Luckily, I have a bit of charisma and have been able to smooth all but the toughest of customers. Sometimes it's just easier to give them an IOU saying that their next meal is on the house. If they really are that ticked off, they leave quickly and never come back. And we won't lose money. It's a win-win. Or hear me out, they are going to try and go for that IOU. It's just strange that some of the worst customers are the oldest. And guess you don't have much to lose for a common decency and human kindness with one foot in the grave. Be fair, some of the worst, there's people that are younger that can be bad too. Such a hassle. There's bad people no matter what age. Eventually, the crowd starts dying down, most leaving to do some sightseeing, others staying and order some coffee or lunch. Business and are more focused on eating or talking. Staggering into the kitchen to allow a long sigh and rest against the wall, finally able to take a moment to relax. I know you want to get off your feet, but you missed the table. TK sneaks over to my side, giving me a gentle nudge before pointing back out to the dining area. I roll my exhausted eyes and look over towards them. Can you do it? I don't feel like having someone throw their oatmeal on me again. I would, but you owe me for covering your tables for an hour. Damn it, they had a point. They do. They always do. With a groan, I lay myself off the wall, try to straighten my posture, and stumble back out. Scanning the booths, I check all the tables I had already gone, matching their faces in orders table by table. I don't think I missed any. A voice chimes in from the booth to my right. Hey there, stranger. Kisses cheek. Hey, cutie. He seems to be caught a little off guard, though instantly beams as he rubs his cheek. It doesn't look like he's beaming. He's like, wait, what? After I kiss him after the first date, having no shame, he teases. Hey now, I'm not the one who asked you out on a date out of the blue. You're the one who should be ashamed. We both know you know. We're gonna have to make sure you know. I want to date you, Peter. No killing. True. Yet here you're trying to seduce me into giving you a hearty tip. He spoke, musing his eyebrows along my body. Hey, aw dang, you caught me. I guess I'll have to try harder next time. As soon as I say this, I feel him shake his hand along my waist, pull me closer to him, and a very carvous smirk curls into his lips. Harder than a kiss on the cheek, my interest is piqued. Yeah, I think I know what you would want. I never knew he was a wild one, considering how tame he seemed like yesterday. Somehow seeing this other more forward side to him was alluring. Eventually I pull away from his subtle hold, reaching around to undo my apron. Anyways, we still on for lunch? I asked, watching the hunger look on his eyes fade and going back to being the casual man I met yesterday. Of course, anywhere you like, darling. Alright, let me tell my coworkers I'm going on my break. Can't just ditch them, you know. No, of course not. You go on ahead. I'll be here when you get back. He winks at me furtively before I leave. God, why is this turning me on so much? Because it's cute. I walk back to the kitchen area, hanging my apron up just as TK approaches me.
Oh, and
Who was that?
My boyfriend. They take a glance into the dining area before returning their attention to me. Him? He's my boyfriend. It's crazy because we just barely met yesterday. He asked me on a date right out of the blue. Oh, we've been dating for a couple months. At least he's been stalking us for a couple months. They don't seem to respond well to this as they give a little frown. That's rather quick. So, he's just here to see you, right? Actually, he's here to take me on a little break date. We might stop by my place and get lunch before coming back.
Oh, so it's serious then.
Yeah, pretty soon I'll be living with him. Or his police kidnap me. They try to look as though they aren't barred by this. Maybe, I don't know. I love to see where this goes. Honestly, just how crazy everything is. My life has been. This guy is a nice change. TK seems troubled, attempting to keep a focused smile on their face. I guess. It's just I kinda hoping that maybe I could treat you to lunch sometime. Bless their heart, I know they're kind of a thing for me. Though things have been so crazy, I don't think dating a coworker would help out. Well, I gotta get going. I don't want to hurt you, TK. Well, I gotta get going. I'm ironically starting to shift my way over towards the dining area. They give me a small nod and understanding, tucking their hands onto their apron pockets. Yeah, I don't want to keep him waiting or anything. Just be sure to make it back about an hour or so. I don't want to cover any more of your shift today. No worries, I'll be back before you could say, "Dear God, where's YN?"
But I say that all the time, and you still don't show.
Yeah, because I'm probably hiding. Love you, TK. Okay, you got me. Just don't take too long. Now shoo. YB stands there with a bit of a blank expression on his face, almost as though he lost in thought. He doesn't seem to recognize me as I approach. Hey, are you alright? He snaps back to Rowdy after I reach over and nudge his arm. Huh? Oh, yeah, I'm fine. Just a little burned out is all. I've had a very late night of stalking. Late night? Do you work as a security guard or something? Namely like a pizzeria? He shakes his head and chuckles to himself. I wouldn't say that exactly. My night hobby isn't something I can pay the bills with. I manually test and review products. Test products? Are you a consumer report tester of some kind? Something like that. I just manually feel myself testing products like appliances, little inventions that claim to work, food, life hacks, and that sort of thing. Sometimes I have a small company pay me to test their products, their items to help them gain exposure. It doesn't pay for a good review for me, though. Huh, that sounds like a fun job. A lot better than working here. It has its perks. So, really ready to head out? Yeah. I can't be gone for long, though. TK needs me back in an hour. I'm sure TK will be fine if you're running a minute or two late. Besides, it's gonna be slow here for the rest of the day anyway. I guess so. Like, how do you know? Did you go stab everyone on the street? Here we are. Don't think I'm the kind of person who just let just anyone in during a second date. Of course not. You're clearly a person with class, though it does explain why you're dating me. I roll my eyes as I reach over to unlock the door. Hey, you're the one who asked me out. You're just lucky that you were so too cute to turn down. I feel his warm hand rest against my lower back, and my body trembles, his gentle touch slowly trailing upward, his tender caress making my body burn.
I can't help it. You're far too irresistible. Hey, none of that in the hall.
Startled, I spin around from my apartment door. I can feel that my cheeks are still flushed from YB's touch, and I try to compose myself. Jeez, you scared the crap out of me. Come on, Dawn. Lion, I didn't expect you back so soon. Shouldn't you be at work? My lantern looked at as cranky as ever. I am. I'm just taking a small break, lunch break. It's only for an hour. The landlord seems unfazed by my excuse and quickly turns his attention towards YB. And you are? YB, I'm Lion's boyfriend. YB says, unnerving and clearly irritated by being interrupted. Yeah, boyfriend, sure. Hey, Dodd, do you know he's been stalking us? Do you know that Pierre's been stalking us when you say that? YB continues to glare at him, but the landlord, completely disinterested, by the lake, a stranger turns his attention back to me. Or does Dawn want us to go out with us? Anyway, I suppose you can guess why I'm here. I groan and turn to unlock the front door. Yeah, no. I'll talk to her when I see her later tonight, okay? If you see her tonight. You can't keep covering her Lucy like this, Wyan. Look, I appreciate that you're killing yourself to keep a roof over her head, but this is getting out of hand. I know that I'm running out of excuses to defend my roommate, but my mind keeps searching for them. I stopped messing with the door lock. When I realized I've been playing with my keys to keep from facing the landlord, I feel like a child being scolded. I'm an adult, so I had better act like one. I hang my arm to my side, try to hold back a sigh. I turn my attention back towards my landlord. I know you know, but I have to put my foot down. Why? She's violated her contract one too many times. But this is about yourself. She dumps her half of the rent on you, leaving you to work triple shifts at Dead End Greasy Spoon Diner. Listen, I admire a hardworking person. I do, and I get that you're trying to be nice. You don't want to be selfish, but you can't kill yourself like this. You need to go. I'll look into finding another roommate. I mumble in my breath, completely defeated. I'm so tired of trying to defend her, but I'm twice as tired from having to cover her half of the rent. All right, that's good to hear. I'll start terminating her contract. He gives me a mild look of concern, though through his gruff exterior, it's hard to see, but it's still there. Listen, it's rough putting this all on you. I don't want to look like the bad guy here. My ex-wife does that to me enough. I'll make it look like I'm evicting the both of you, and once she's gone and out of the room, I'll put you in give you the first month free while you find another roommate. No need to look, I'm right here. Thank you, Peter. I had noticed that YB has been straining his posture as if trying to size himself up against the landlord in a silent game of male dominance. That's if you don't mind me moving in. Peter, don't joke yourself. You're gonna force us to move in with you, one way or another. The landlord doesn't seem terribly keen on this idea and looks at me with a glint of objection. Really? Because I'm already throwing you a bone with one roommate. There won't be a second chance. YB offers catches me completely by surprise. I'm speechless, but after seeing the landlord's critical glare, I reach over and take YB's hand into mine. Yes, really. The landlord shakes his head in disapproval, but deep down he knows that this is probably easier to deal with than in the long run. Fine, have him come by my office after you two are done doing whatever you two are going to do, and we'll get a contract set up. But I want his references and financial information first. I don't need another deadbeat in my apartment, at my building. Okay, thank you, sir. The name's Don Williams, kid. But just call me Mr. Williams. I need to get my head examined. Okay, Don. He grumbles to himself as he heads back to his apartment, finally leaving the two of us alone. Well, here we are. As is showcasing the layout of the place. Walking in, he scans the apartment, looking rather pleased with what will likely be his new living space. Not bad. Not bad at all. A little bigger than my apartment, so this is an upgrade for me. Pretty sure your apartment's bigger than this. Just say, Peter. Because your apartment's actually a house. He looks back towards me and clears his throat. Hey, sorry for putting you in the spot like that. I didn't mean to butt into your conversation and deem myself as your new roommate. It's fine. It certainly makes things a lot easier for me. That you have a decent job and just don't don't do that too often, okay? Cross my heart. With a smile on his face, he walks over to me, take my hands in his, and hope to die. I don't know if it's the way he says those lines, or maybe the look in his eyes, but I can't help but gaze back as steps closer, his body nearly up against mine. He cups his hand against my cheek and gently caresses my skin as he leans forward, placing a gentle kiss against my brow. My heart is pounding as he tenderly cherishes me in such a manner, laying out a small hum as his lips trail down to my other cheek. With a serpent-like tone, he whispers in my ear, God, I could eat you alive right now. I walked up, completely unaware that he backs me up against the kitchen counter. A gasp escapes my lips the moment I felt something thick, warm, and wet slither along my neck. His tongue. His other hand begins to trail down my waist, pulling my hips flush against his own in a nearly grinding movement. Frickin' landlord. Oh, God. Wybie turns his head, laying out an irritated groan as he glares over at my roommate as she bursts through the front door. Lucy, hey, you're home. Oh, not for long. I'm going to hit the bottle, but it seems you two need some alone time. We just getting lunch real quick. Yeah, just a real quick lunch break before going back to work.
Nothing like eating out for lunch.
Yeah. I know what Lucy's thinking. Lucy, oh my God. It's like, especially when we know, especially Lucy. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to make it so he technically doesn't have chapter day 3, so she makes her way into the front door and grabs a small bag of pot she keeps tucked away under the mattress. Or cigarettes. It smells nasty to me. Causes me to have an asthma attack every single time. She stuffs it down between her breasts before checking her pocket for a lighter. Well, you two take your time. Mr. Williams wants me to meet up with him about some bull crapper in there. I'll be back later tonight, though. Hey, maybe you and I can have a little late night for once. You know, if you're not too bit tired after all this. I'm sure. Since when does Lucy ever want to hang out? Maybe she knows she's getting clicked out and is trying to sweeten things up with me. Sure? Great. She beams, walking over towards where we are and places a peck on my cheek. I'll catch you later tonight, darling. I caught off guard by this gesture, looking rather confused as she pats Wybie on the back. God knows they need a good time, but I prefer my roommates being able to walk afterward. Lucy, behave. Lucy, please go. Oh God! Oh, and I got some stuff in my nightstand. Lucy, Lucy, I love you too. With that, Lucy finally leaves the room, locking the door behind her, possibly make sure we are not disturbed again. After a moment of silence, I step away from Wybie a little, looking down to the floor while feeling both embarrassed and very, very frustrated. I'm going to see what leftovers we got stored away in the fridge. I say in a hushed tone, biting my lower lip, as my eyes drift back to him. That devious glint was still in his eyes, but casually nods in agreement. Yeah, can't send you back to work on an empty stomach. Though he wants to do something else. Okay, I know that artist. I've seen him on Twitter and Blue Sky. Why can't the rest of the day be like this morning? The moment I get back from the launch, this place is dead as my dream job. TK walks up, dressed in their casual clothes, and stands, hands tucked away in their pockets. They yawn as they see me approach. You already clocked out? Yeah, I'm ready to go. Just go home and die. Oh, don't do that. I still need your help tomorrow. They chuckle, holding open the door for me as we both take our leave. Starts heading to their car, rummaging with their keys for a moment before pausing, turning their attention over towards me. Hey, can I talk to you about something? Sure, what's up? They hesitate for a bit, looking off to the side as they muster the courage to speak. About that guy, YB, I have no place to say anything, but I've got a creepy vibe about him. Well, you're technically not wrong at all. Creepy? What do you mean? He seems nice. It seems like he has his eyes on us the whole time we were talking. I don't know. I could say it, but you're just being paranoid. Uncomfortably while they stand, still fiddling with their keys. Anyway, I'll catch you tomorrow. Be careful walking home. Yeah, you too. With that, TK gets into their car, flying with the engine for a second or two before starting it up and driving off. Understand their concern, and maybe they're right. YB and I went on a 5-minute date, and he was already ready to do that in the kitchen. Maybe we're moving too fast. Nah, it's fine. He's just adorable. Lucy hasn't come back yet? Oh, she's normally home at a reasonable time. Well, normal by her standards anyway. Guess I shouldn't be surprised that she isn't back yet. Closing and locking the door behind me, I don't bother turning on the lights as I shuffle my way to my room in the dark. I open the door to my room. I reach over to flip on the light switch. I don't have enough time to play with this thing right now. We don't. It was a farewell gift from my dad, saying he was gonna count every second of the well-wanted silence while I'm gone. Of course, it was a joke. Dad always had a sense of humor in his gifts. The door's stuck. Yeah, but damn, I'm sure it can make a mess with them. Oh, yes, my random okay, we already know. I know Peter's already here. Who keeps opening this? Oh, damn it. Did Lucy forget to pay the utility bill, too? Or, that does it, and we just pay him, like, the rent. Set my things down on my bed. I feel my way out of my room, looking around the inky void before me. I think we have some candles placed somewhere. There's Peter. What? Or who did I bump into? Lucy, is that you? Whoever it is, they stay quiet. Mr. Williams, are you here? I whisper again, my heart races faster as the silence only grows. Someone wrapped their arms around me, and I feel something like a wet cloth covering my mouth and nose. I try to break free, but they don't loosen their grip. Oh God, I'm still starting to feel drowsy and weak. Who's doing this? Why? A chill runs down my spine as I feel something that feels like a kiss against my cheek. Then I hear a familiar, seductive voice whisper in my ear. What is he? And that is the Steam demo for Your Boyfriend Romance Route. If you like my content, Please consider subscribing if you haven't already, comment down below, and liking the video. I'll see you guys next time.